Welcome students. This is my 8th standard social science class History Chapter 2 Geographical Features and Prehistoric India. This is my third video. If you have not watched the previous video, please check in the playlist. Let us continue today's lesson. So in the last chapter, we have discussed about the physical features of India and the important countries of India and the important rivers and the plateaus which are surrounded India. So today let us continue with the prehistoric period and the lifestyle of man. In India we found the diversity in the Indian geographical environment has influenced the lives of the communities living in our country. Despite of communal diversity, there exists a cultural unity in India. So which binds all these important diversities, differences, number of different cultures are called as diversities. So in India we found unity in diversity. It is the important essence of this culture. So please remember this important point. The prehistoric period. The period before the discovery of the art of writing is called prehistoric age. This is so because they do not find the evidence of linguistic development. Linguistic means the important languages were not used or known to them, and the use of script was also not known, and they do not have any important written records in order to study the history of this period. And how can the people we can know about the study of this? That is only with the help of archaeologists. So some of the important scholars they study about this period are called as archaeologists. In this age man was nomadic and he is moving from one place to another in search of food, and that job where he is doing is called as hunting and food gathering. Archaeologists have also discovered few important tools created and used by these important people. So the historian says that these important tools might have used made out of stone, wood, bones. So among these only important tools made out of stone are survived even today. So that becomes one of the important source for the study about these equipments. Human beings in the prehistoric age used the stone tools in order to peel the skin and separate the flesh and bones of the animals. Even he is also using to scrap the bark of trees and to cut fruits and roots. Like this, the people used to create handles out of bones and wood and using them like spears and arrows. And he also learned to hunt animals. And prehistoric man used stones as axes to chop down the trees, and he cut them into logs, and he also used wood to build huts for themselves and also to make handles for their weapons. Like this, the prehistoric lifestyle was begun and he was a nomadic in that period. So like this, the archaeologist says that the word prehistoric period provides us this sort of vision to us. So these are the important information you have to know about prehistoric man. Let us continue the second important point. Where did prehistoric man live? So as we already known that he is doing hunting and food gathering of animals, and this type of humans are found in the Bhimbetka, Hansagi and Kurnool of Andhra Pradesh in India. So these are the important evidences the archaeologists have survived. This type of prehistoric people might have lived in these places. And there are many other important sites are also examples they discovered along the banks of rivers and lakes. And some of the important stone tools are also essentially survived of the people of that age. They chose the areas abundant with the stone which would fulfill their needs. So the areas where the people use the stones to create various tools have been thought to be the first industrial site of human beings. So wherever these important stones are available, he started using those important stones to make tools. So that is also one of the important thought. He got it to establish his own important industrial sites of human beings. So we collected information about these aspects. So how do we get to know about their important industrial sites means? Usually we get to see the important stone tools around the rocky areas, and people might have rejected some rocks as unsuitable for their tools. Heaps of broken rock or the stone chips are obtained during the creation of implements around in such areas. So even today, the broken rocks or the stone chips, they got it on the basis of that they have derived all these informations. So it is possible that people lived for a long time in these places, and these sites are called as residential or industrial sites of the prehistoric man. So in this way, our archaeologists have made a survey and collected the important stone tools and derived their own important informations about the prehistoric man. The next topic you have to know, the knowledge of fire. The early man got the sign of ashes have been obtained in the caves of Kurnool, and that also reveals the knowledge and the use of fire by the people of the Stone Age. So historian says that probably the fire was used for various purposes like to cook food, for light, and to frighten the animals. So in the night time around their huts they will put this type of the firing, and they will avoid the animals to attack their huts. So these are the important purposes where they are using the fire, and it shows that he had the knowledge of fire. After knowing about the knowledge of fire, the next important point is drawing found in caves. So some of the important drawings where the early man has drawn, the people lived in the Stone Age, and even today we can see these type of drawings they have done on the walls of the caves and the rocks. So these are all famous as cave drawings. So it is available even now also Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and some caves in Karnataka. They have drawn beautiful important drawings of wild animals and hunting. So in the important caves where they are residing, so there whatever the important scene they have collected, so they used to depict on these important cave walls. So the important archaeologists have collected these informations about the drawings found in the caves about prehistoric man. So these are the informations where we have collected from Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka about cave drawings. Now I will review these points whatever we have discussed now. First one, prehistoric period. So what do you mean by prehistoric period? The period before the discovery of art of writing is called prehistoric period. So in that period, no evidence of using script, and man was nomadic and his main occupation is hunting and food gathering. Archaeologists discovered the tools of stone, wood and bones used by prehistoric people. Prehistorians used stone tools, spears and arrows for hunting important purposes, wood also used to build their huts, handles for their weapons. These are the important points. We can understand their lifestyle. And where did these important primitive man live? So the important places like Bhimbetka, Hansagi, Kurnool in Andhra Pradesh. So these are the places where the historians have collected the evidences about the existence of prehistoric man. Most of the important sites along the important banks of rivers and lakes are founded about the evidences of these important lifestyle of the people. And some of the places, industrial sites also, we can see the stone important tools and the rocky areas, and their important residents are located. That is all been also called as industrial sites. So primitive man later on learned the knowledge of fire, and the caves of Kurnool, we got the information that this important fire is used to cook food for light and for frightening animals. The cave drawing which were written on the walls and the caves and on rocks. So some of the important evidences, the places like Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, the archaeologists have surveyed and they have collected the drawings which are done by the primitive man. So these are the important points that you have to know about this lesson. So today we have discussed about prehistoric man and the lifestyle and how he used the important fire and drawings which are found in these important caves. So in the next of my video, I will continue the changing environment about the prehistoric period. Thank you, children.